Hey everybody, welcome to Forex Trading Analysis. Again, this is 10:39 p.m. on July 10th, and today we're going to be looking at a few pairs, but quick risk disclaimer. So foreign exchange trading carries a high level of risk. Before you decide to trade foreign exchange, we encourage you to consider your investment objectives, your risk tolerance, and trading experience. It is possible to lose some or all of your initial investments. Don't invest money you can't afford to lose. Seek advice from an independent financial or tax advisor, and all information provided is for educational purposes only. It should not be construed as trading advice or counsel. So let's throw on some news really quickly of what we have coming up tomorrow. We have a few numbers coming out: trade balance for the U.S. and Canada, FOMC as well, employment change for Aussie, unemployment rate for Aussie, and monetary policy and overnight call rate for the yen. So all some pretty early news, and obviously Aussie comes a little bit later in the day. But the meeting minutes are going to be an interesting situation, as well as the trade balance coming out of the U.S. dollar. So we should get some nice moves tomorrow from the U.S. dollar, even though the FOMC meeting minutes usually say absolute squat. But if we do see any surprise coming out of the FOMC tomorrow, then we'll see some. We should see some really big moves. But again, trade balance is forecasted to be negative 48.5 billion. Previous was negative 50.1 billion. So just keep that in mind when you are looking for that number. So pairs that I'm going to take a look at with that in mind are, first of all, before I look at any U.S. dollar pairs, I do want to take a quick look at the pound Swiss franc, which I was short today from around probably 3 o'clock. We have seen a little bit of a rotation downwards, but I don't think this is the end. We've sort of completed a nice little three-way pattern here, and we are pretty extended above the 100 and 200, so I think that a move to the downside is definitely going to be in the cards for this pair. RSI is currently at 67.99, almost 68. And so that is just coming down from overbought territory, and I do think that we will have a lot more selling pressure as people start to cover their longs, and possibly look at maybe possibly push this pair further down, as the pound has been a little bit weak. So as you see, we have made new highs, and while I do think that this pair could possibly see some more new highs for now, I do think that we are overextended to the upside, and push to the downside will resume over the next couple of days. So with that in mind, I would like to take a look at the Swiss franc as well. We sort of had a little bit of a fall off, not really too much from the US dollar Swiss franc. The move from upside is around 10 pips, so if you're a scalper, then that's a big move for you. But if you're looking for a little bit longer term trades, first of all, I think you're crazy in this marketplace, but second of all, you're not going to be able to really justify that as take profit. But throwing on the daily charts, we've also been able to make new highs for the US dollar Swiss franc, which watch my videos, I've been very bullish on the dollar for a long time, and this sort of has been the start of a wave to the upside. But for now, I've been saying again that I don't think that we will sustain this move for too much longer. Possibly over the next into the end of the week, we could see prices higher, but I do think that again we will fall back down to at least where we are. If we do push back up, and the U.S. dollar does continue to be bought, we hit around 0.99. I think that it eventually will fall back down to around the 0.979 level. So it's kind of a bad place to trade right now. Not awful, but I do think that definitely if you're going to be looking to enter into any trade, it should be short, especially for this pair, which just has made new highs, and new highs for me as a indication of selling. Obviously, a lot of people will believe that it is a place to buy, but really it means that most of the buying has been done in the marketplace, and people are going to start to cover their longs and or shorts, which either way you look at it. So those are my views on the Swiss franc. Really, I don't have too much from other pairs. The U.S. dollar Canada is another pair I could look at, I guess, if I have it on here. There we go. A little bit of a weaker price action compared to the Swiss franc, which shows that the Canadian dollar is a little bit stronger than the Swiss franc right now. A little bit pushing it down a little bit further. So again, if you are looking at a short trades for the U.S. dollar, then the U.S. dollar, Canadian dollar might be a better place than the Swiss franc if you're looking for a little bit of bigger moves, but also a little bit riskier situation. So currently we are above the 200 and 100, so it does look like a nice place to possibly enter long, especially since we have sort of gone to the downside a little bit and started to correct. So if this correction is just a small correction, then it does look like we will possibly be able to see new highs again over the next couple of days for the U.S. dollar, Canadian dollar. Especially if the news is good for trade balance for the U.S. dollar tomorrow. But those are the three pairs I want to take a look at. So thank you very much for watching. Please follow us during the week at SynergyFX. We're posting more updates, and good luck trading.